you said in Barbara, I think when we have it in committee, I think the thing flows better. I think sometimes you just have to use a little common sense. I mean, if we have it in committee and we discuss it for 30, 40 minutes,
Not as formal.
not as formal, whatever the case may be, it flows better. When we come to vote on this, we shouldn't really have any dialogue. We all know what we're going to do. That's how it's supposed to work. So what I'm saying, whether we take it to committee or not, for this process here to flow better, have this stuff go to committee when you can. Try to have it come to the committee. Because I'm willing to come to committee meetings that I'm not even on the committee, so that if something I'm not sure about, something I don't understand, I can ask the questions and get the information or get the answers I need. So it just, no, you don't have to. No, he said that, and I agree with that. But when I was the council president, since he was the council president, I was the council president, I always had stuff go through the committee. It just flowed better. The same process would be articulated. There was some same things would come up, but it flowed better. Okay, we could say we discussed it in committee, we had an agenda review, etc. So that's that. So exercise discretion, but my proclivity is for it to be in committee.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Ordinance number 05.
Ordinance number 0516 is also first reading. An ordinance authorizing the submission to the vote of the electors of the city of East Cleveland, Ohio, of a proposed amendment of section 115H of the charter of the city of East Cleveland to provide that the mayoral primary election be held on the second Tuesday of September and for the public welfare. Requested by Mayor Gary Norton Jr. and sponsored by Vice President Brandon L. King.
I would like, since this is a very appropriate topic right now, since we went through recall, can you please have Brandon for the public explain what the difference is in this? What are we attempting to try to do?
You made a motion.
I move that we have a brief discussion on ordinance 0516.
Second, that's a brief discussion?
Brief discussion.
I want to move a second.
I would love to have a brief discussion on this,
Okay.
and it's finance for the city. It's going to save us money. I will yield to the mayor and ask the mayor to elaborate on this a little bit if
That's
you
not a
would.
bad thing.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President, Mr. President, members of council. The East Cleveland mayoral election is a primary election. I'm talking about the primary, not the general election. East Cleveland's mayoral primary election is held typically 2 to 3 weeks later than every other municipality that has a primary. Just like these recall elections and pop-up special elections, it means that we ourselves bear the cost as a city for the cost of the entire election. If we were to move it, as this charter amendment suggests, we would be along with all the other municipalities that are holding their mayoral elections on that day. So we would share in the cost of the election with these other municipalities versus pay it ourselves. This is a charter amendment, so council's decision here would only make this available for the voters, since it's a charter issue for the voters to decide the next election. And it would save us some money.
All right.
Okay, I wanted the public to know that. I'm not opposed to this. Okay. All right.
I can,
You got some?
yeah, I can see that because I think it happened some time ago that they wanted to do it. I don't know why it didn't come to fruition, but it did. But in conjunction with the other one,
Which one? We got?
I'm saying if it dictates, if it don't dictate to ordinance 60616, I have no problem with it. But I understand, I'm just saying, I'm making a statement, okay? And I am saying to save money, yes. I'm not objecting, I'll tell you when I object.
Ordinance number 0616.
Ordinance number 0616, first reading, an ordinance authorizing the submission to the vote of the electors of the city of East Cleveland, Ohio, of a proposed amendment to section 49 of the charter of the city of East Cleveland to clarify and modernize matters procedure used in such petitioning. Requested by Mayor Gary Norton Jr. and sponsored by Vice President Brenda Johnson.
Mr. President, I move that we have a brief discussion on this, since this is timely, what just happened in the last week or so. So people know what the change is in this.
Second.
Okay.
Second. Mark?
My question of Brandon King, what is the difference in section 49? What's the difference that we want to make here?
This difference, I think, is vitally important, and I'm sure Councilwoman Thomas will love this because, and I'm hoping she'll fight she'll be as passionate about this as she was in L.S. Brown to save the city money. Because I talked to a number of people who signed both recall petitions for Council President Wheeler. It was stated to me 4 or 5 different things, right? I was told he flattened my tire. I was told he created all the potholes. I was told he did this, he did that, and I was like, so you essentially have a ton of people signing the petitions that aren't politically astute or up to speed. They're just signing it as based on conversations that people are telling them. This legislation, if passed by the residents, will basically say that the only people who can sign a recall petition are the people who voted to either put that elected official in office or not in office. So you have to vote in order to sign this petition. Because keep in mind, also people who signed that recall petition hadn't voted at all. So that's totally unfair, because then they just believe whatever they're told, and they sign it, they put their signature on it, it gets down to the Board of Elections, and they count it, right? And if you look at it, I'm not sure how many total petitions were on the recall petition, right? But you see how many people voted.
266?
So the math here just doesn't add up. You know, basically people are signing the petitions who didn't vote in the election to put the person in office, and then they didn't vote for the recall election. So this, you know, will make it, this I think is more proper than just going out and gathering signatures.
Now, this is another charter amendment, they have to go to the voters.
It have to be voted on. Yeah.
I appreciate the explanation that my colleague gave, and I'm giving due respect to my colleague. And I'm always passionate about anything that goes against the residents, or they will not benefit, and that's what my job is, to make sure that it's beneficial. But I'm going to say this, and I'd like to take you out of here, because how many is out there? About 10 or 12. And I don't know how many you've been looking at CNN when their voters were not allowed to vote in a certain state because of the registration of independence and so forth and so on. Had they been just registered, they would have been allowed to vote. And I got a sign up there in my ward, just across from McDonald's. Every vote counts. It doesn't say if you voted in the last election. It says every vote counts. As long as you are registered, that's the purpose of us getting individuals registered to vote so that they can exercise their democratic right. And I'm in opposition to this because, no, I don't agree. Every time you look up, you gotta recall somebody. But you gotta realize that the recall that took place from the ward of the people that elected the individual that they were recalling. I don't know what took place as far as what they told somebody. I don't know what happened when the mayor in Smedley was out there doing petition for annexing. I'm just saying, I don't think that nobody should be denied the right to their democratic, to the democratic process of recall. That's why it's in the charter. And if you want to change it, you can by a regular vote from the council, or put it on the ballot for the people. I have no problem with that. I have no problem, but I'm just saying, I'm in opposition to this because I don't think we have that right to do that.
You know, and I find it kind of disturbing that you'll be in opposition to it as hard as you fought either for or against the Helen S. Brown, right? You fought, and that's in Ward 4. That's not in your ward either. But I don't remember you speaking as adamantly before the recall got started or when it was underway as to the residents and letting them know that it's not the best use of city resources. So again, what this will do, and it will go to a vote of the residents, it will say that if you voted to put this elected official in office, you can sign a petition, right, to put it to vote to get him out. And that's what this is saying. And again, the people will vote on it, right? And I think that's more fiscally responsible, which is why the Finance Committee is sponsoring.
Well, and I said, wait a minute, and I said on the Finance Committee. And we keep talking, we keep going back to Helen S. Brown. And you talk about it wasn't in my ward. Collectively, I sit up here to make a decision for the whole entire city of East Cleveland. I just come from Ward 2, specifically. But when you add for a vote of whatever, and it happens to be in Ward 3, Ward 4, or all over, you're going to ask for Barbara Thomas's vote, whether yay or nay, and I'm going to give it to you. And whether you like it or whether you don't like it. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be rude, and I'm not going to be insensitive, and I'm not going to be disrespectful.
Okay.
But you put it to the vote, and the people let the people vote.
Well,
Okay?
that's, I'm gonna call them next week, move on. That's exactly what we're saying. Let's put it to the vote for the people. You just said you
I'm
wasn't giving
saying
the right to
I'm
vote
not.
on it, and then you said you don't wanna do it because.
I'm not.
So, okay, but
I said I'm not.
let's,
Well, bring it on, brother. You're
that's,
bigger than me.
that went through the first reading. Ordinance number 06, okay. Resolution number 2116.
Resolution 2116, a resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to Frank and Gloria Isaac a parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program and located at 14417 Scioto vacant lot, East Cleveland, Ohio 44112, permanent parcel number 673-27002, at a total cost of $100 pursuant to the city's land reutilization side lot program and declaring an emergency for the public welfare and safety. Requested by the Department of Building and Housing, sponsored by Council President Thomas J. Wood.